Hi guys, in this lecture you will be learning the variable. So first of all, what is the variable? The variable is just a box which has the fixed size where we can save the numbers, letters, characters and any kind of text. Here I have already created the project and the class here is the class name is variable, and now I am gonna create a variable. So first of all, for creating the variable we have to write the data type of the variable. We have to write the data type of the variable. So what is the data type? The data type is the type of the data which we want to store in a variable. Here I'm gonna write the data type int. It is the fixed keyword, and here we are able to write any name of the variable. I have write the number. This is the declaration of the variable, and then we have to initialize the variable 70. Here I give the 70 value to this variable, and now I'm gonna print this value of the variable, write the sys out, and when we press the control plus space, so it automatically complete the statement, and here I'm going to write the number. So now let's execute it. So here you see that 70 is print out in the console, and we can also done this declaration and initialization in the single step by removing this semicolon and the number. So write the number, then equal, and then 70. So it also works. Here you see that it also works, and integer have the capacity of 32-bit. It is 32-bit number variable. And now here I want to tell you some restrictions about the naming of the variable. The variable names are the case sensitive. Let's suppose if we write the two numbers, let's suppose if we write the two variables, both have the same name. So if the first variable have the uppercase letters and the second variable have the lowercase letters, so both can handle the different values because they are case sensitive, and we cannot write letters, digits and the special characters in the name of the variables. And we can write letters, digits and the special characters in the name of the variables, but here is a restriction. We cannot write the special characters and the digits at the start of the name of the variable. Only alphabet can be write at the start of the variable. And the third rule is variable, we can write variable of any. The third rule is we can write the variable name of any length, and we cannot write the spaces, white spaces in the variable name, and the variable name must not contain the reserve keyword. What is the reserve keyword? This int, static and all these are all the reserve keyword, so we are not able to write these reserve keywords. And here I'm going to discuss another type of data types of the variables. There are 8 primitive type of the variables. So now I'm going to change this value 60, and here change this to byte, and now here is number, and here I'm going to print this, and here is the number. So now let's execute it, and here you see that 60 is printed. So the byte have the capacity of 8 bits. It can handle the numbers from -128 to 127. And now another type of variable is the short. Here is the short, and and here I'm gonna write its name is num1, and now here I'm gonna change this to num1, and the short have the capacity of 16 bit, and it can handle the numbers from the 30 minus 32,000 to positive 32,000. And here is another type of variable is the double can handle the decimal numbers, the floating point numbers. So here is the double, and here I'm gonna give it num2, and here is the 40. So now the double data type is the precise data type. It can handle the precise floating point numbers. So here I'm gonna create this, give this num2, and now let's print it, and here I'm gonna change its value to 0.36, and now let's render it. So here you see that it is printed, and here is another data type of is float. So float can handle the floating point values, but it is but float cannot handle the more numbers. But float cannot handle the more numbers after the decimal point as compare but the float cannot handle the more numbers after the decimal point as compared to the double. So here I'm gonna write 2.3. so here the error is occur because it says that cannot convert from double to float. So it cannot convert the so this is the double, so the compiler says that this is the double, so compiler cannot recognize it. So here we have to write f to tell the compiler this is float type. So here I'm gonna write 4. So now let's execute it. So here you see that it is printed, there is no error. And here is another type of another data type. Here is another data type is the char. So the char can handle the characters. We are able to save the characters in the char. Here I'm gonna save. First of all, we have to write the single quotes, and then we are able to save any character inside the char, inside the character. And here I'm gonna print this. Here we have to write the character. So now let's execute it, and here is the error, and now here is the name is character spelling is wrong. So now let's execute it, and here is the k is printed. So the char so this character variable can handle the characters, and it have the capacity of 16 bit, and the float have the capacity of 32 bit, and double have the capacity of 64 bit. And there is another type of variable is the long data type. There is another data type is the long. So here I'm gonna write the name is the number 7, and it have the capacity of 64 bit, and it can handle the long numbers 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So now let's execute it. Here is So now execute it, and here is the value is printed. So this is the way of using the different variables. And now I'm gonna create another data type of the variable, that is the boolean. So the boolean can handle only 1 or 0. Here I'm gonna write the con, and here we are only give it the value 0 or 1, and here I'm gonna print it. Here to the boolean we are only able to give it true or false. And here we are able here there is another type of the data type of here is another type of the variable is type of boolean. So boolean can handle only two values, true or false. Here I'm gonna write condition. So here I'm gonna give it the true or false, and here I'm gonna print it, and here is the condition. So now let's print it. Here is the spelling mistake, and now let's execute it, and here you see that it prints true. If we write false, so it prints false. So these variables are used in the Java and in many other programming languages. If you have any problem, so kindly add the discussion in the course. I will help you as much as I can. Thank you for watching this video. In the next video I'm gonna discuss the math operators. In the math operators we perform some arithmetic functions. I will see you in the next video.